Okay, till now what we have studied
স্যার
is
স্যার একটা কথা ছিল স্যার,
বলো
বলছি স্যার কতক্ষণ লাগবে
কি
ক্লাসটা শেষ হতে?
1-1.5 ঘন্টা তো চলেই।
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে।
কেন প্রবলেম হচ্ছে?
অ্যাকচুয়ালি না মানে স্যার হসপিটালে বসে ক্লাস করছি,
না না,
কখন
অত
ডাক
চাপ
আসে।
নেওয়ার চাপ নেওয়ার দরকার নেই, এটা কিন্তু রেকর্ড হবে, তো ইউ ক্যান গো হেড এন্ড জয়েন অর ইউ ক্যান সি দ্যাট লেটার। যতক্ষণ
আচ্ছা,
তো পারছো তুমি ততক্ষণ থাকো কোনো।
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে।
ঠিক আছে। So yeah, so let's jump into to today's class. So we will see today the other product of Salesforce. One we have talked till now is the Sales Cloud. And in Sales Cloud, we have seen a different standard of this, right? We have seen account, we have seen contact, we have seen product, we have seen opportunity, we have seen opportunity product, we have seen price book, we have seen price book entry. These are the all the objects which we got introduced in our first class or second class, right? Today we'll get introduced to another object of Salesforce, which is called case. Why the case is important? Case is important because case provides a post-sale service. That means when your customer has already bought, the seller's organization has sold the product to the customer. Now the customer has problems, right? Customer will raise their queries, raise their problems, raise questions. And for that, probably they will reach out to your customer care, right? Just like we have any problem with our Vodafone or Geo, then we call their customer service, right? And we raise our complaints. Similarly, any organization, any selling organization will always have a customer care, or generally will have a customer care. And there, whenever somebody calls or writes a mail that support@reebok.com or anything, there can be many channels in which nowadays you can raise a case. Even a social media, like if you tag that page, social media, maybe you're on Facebook and you @Reebok and you want to raise a complaint, you say that works. Go to LinkedIn, just put that page or that profile and you raise your problems. That also becomes case. So there are now multiple ways in which a case can be raised with an organization, and we call this different channels of raising cases. Okay, so here till now we have been working with sales. Now we will switch to service. Service applications are of two types. One is this default tabular way,
Sir, you are
and then
not sharing the screen, sir.
am I sharing? Oh, I'm not sharing. Sorry. Okay, let me go back. So till now we were in the sales tab, right? Sales application. Yeah, we saw all these tabs. We know about opportunity, account contact. We did not discuss much about campaigns. Campaign is an advanced topic, so we left it. But rest of the things we have all covered, right? So Sales Cloud is the basic product which we talked about till now. But there are so many products of Salesforce. If you go to just their salesforce.com, go to products, you see how many products they have. Sales, service, marketing, commerce, analytics, integration, customer 360, Slack, Genie, platform, work.com, see all products. Yeah. Even you can categorize by industry. So this is a plethora of products which they have, right? So all these products, we only till now were only discussing sales. Now today we will see a brief about the service. This product is just an extension of the sales to the level that it now builds upon case object. Sales Cloud also has a case object, but it does not have a case management in totality. In order to get the benefit of case management, you need to have a Service Cloud license. So this is the Service Cloud. I shifted my application to Service Cloud. Here you see case is the major tab here. So you can raise a case just like any other record. So you say which person called me, which company does it belong to, what is the type of case, mechanical, electrical, anything. You can change this according to What is the maybe there is a breakdown. Case origin is phone, email, and web by default. So probably he phoned me. It is a high priority ticket for them, right? So just like a customer care, this application is now getting used by the customer care. They also can say, okay, this is my product on which the problem is, and then I have a SLA violation happening or not. I will say machinery has broken or laptop is broken. I have sold laptop. Now laptop is not working, so I raise a ticket. So this is a case. Case and ticket is the same thing. When we can use this word interchangeably. So basically, what you can do, whatever activities, logging, everything, you are basically managing here. And finally, you you keep on working on it. You can have different case, different history tracking on that if you change values and stuff. So this is how this case is managed. Okay. Now case is a different beast. Case management itself is a big topic. Why it is a big topic? Because who will take care of these cases? Who are the people who are working on cases? Who are the people who are working on the on or discussing with the customers and taking these problems? Probably these are not salespeople. Most of the time, it is not the salespeople. We call them service agents, right? Customer care representatives, right? If you think about GeoLine, so the people who have come to your house, talk to you, install that. If you are facing any problem, do they take your call? Most probably not, right? They will say, please call the customer care. So that customer care is a separate department who takes care of post sales services. Yeah. So this is the tool, or this is the product, or this is the software which is used by the service people to maintain relationship with their customer. Yeah, to take care of their problems, take care of their queries, take care of everything. It comes with two flavors. One is this normal tabular expense which we see. The other is basically a console. So if you have this, there is another version also, which is a very different how Salesforce has been configured so far. So you see here the tabs are not side by side. The tabs are here. Why? Because this kind of a thing gives you the ability to work on multiple cases at the same time. So I can click on this, you see, this becomes another case. I go back, I click on this become another case. I go back to this one, this become another case. So what happens usually, if you see any call center, when there are multiple people who are calling at the same time, and probably you'll see the customer care people will ask you and say, okay, I need some time for this, can I put your call on hold? And you will say yes. So he's basically asking for some information, he's waiting for that. So by that time, will he wait and do nothing? It's not possible, right? Because there is another person who is waiting on the call. So what he will do, customer service people will do, is they will, in meantime, when he's waiting for the update for the first customer, he will take a call from the second customer. And that is why these multiple tabs would be useful for them. So they can jump into any tabs and they can work with multiple people. Even when they are taking a call, they are also probably chatting or with another customer on the online chat panel. So that is how in 24 hours a company can reach or give service to maximum number of customers with a limited amount of customer activity. So parallel working is absolutely critical for customer service people, and that is why this kind of tabular experience has been changed for them, and service console probably is more useful for them because they can work on multiple cases at the same time. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Good. So now I will go and see the case object in more details. So just like any other object, the case object is there. It has several fields, and of course you can create more fields in case object. Uh, ownership of case is a little different from ownership of any other case. Okay, so we'll come to that. You see, it's a lookup to a user or a group, right? So owner can be a user or it can be a group. Now this group is a special kind of group which is called a queue, and we'll discuss this. So who will be able available at that point to take that case, right? So it is generally assigned to everybody in the team. Whoever is free will make themselves as the owner. Okay, so what happens before we move into the other automations of case management, we need to understand that in case there is a interesting lookup which is called parent case, which you see is a lookup to case itself. So case object has a field which is a lookup to the case object only. What it does is it creates a hierarchy. That means one case can have another case as its parent. How that makes sense? So maybe there is one customer, there are multiple people, multiple employees of your buyer organization, right? The first person came and they said that I am facing this problem. Okay, again the second person, another person came and he raised a ticket and he said that I am facing the same person. You immediately realize actually the underlying problem is the same. My tower is down in that area, so I will now get many cases from many different people, but actually the reason is the same. So the first case probably I will make it a parent case, and all other cases I will make it a child case. So when the parent case is solved, automatically the child case is also resolved, right? So that's how we can create a relationship between cases itself. So that is very critical for you to understand. And you see there is already a product lookup and there's a product pick list also. Okay, both of things are available. So these are some critical items which you need to understand. And then basically now let us go and check the we will go and check the automations. So what kind of different automations are possible? First and foremost is think about case as private. If case is private, then how will that work? So so we will first talk about queues. What is a queue? Queue is a group of people. Simple, just like a public group. Queue and public group is no different. Only difference is that a public group cannot own a record. Queue can own a record. Yeah. So I can create a new queue and say my queue, and I can use this queue for any. These are the objects on which I can use it, right? So you see, case object is there already. Please check that account does not have. So account it does not. You cannot use queues for account ownership. Yeah. You see, you cannot use this for contact ownership also, right? For there are only a few things, just like lead object. Lead can have queues. Queues can be assigned to leads because there's not actual person. You do not know who will actually do that. Tasks can be also assigned to a queue, right? Or you can choose that I will make this queue which can own any of these records, right? Apart from that, you can also have custom objects which you create that can also be owned by queues, right? So these are the objects. First, you have to select this queue is applicable for which object, right? If you have not selected that object, you cannot use that queue for that object ownership. Okay, please remember that. You can choose now which users belong to this queue, or you can choose public groups inside it, or you can choose roles inside it. So that becomes my queue, and I save it. So that's how I have created my queue, and that I can use for my case ownership. So if I go down to my case owners, I refresh my screen. I can change the case owner, and you see on the left, I can select which queues, and I can say my queue. Did I activate this? I did that. Okay, what? Let's see. My internet is a little choppy today. You can hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
I can stop my. Yeah, let's try again if I am able to change the owner. Well, I will go and create a new user. Give me 1 second. Okay. So now I can make my queue as the owner of the record, right? So that means a group of people have become owner, and whoever is actually working on that kit, they can change that to themselves. Okay, later. So that is the most important part. But sometimes queues can also the cases can be raised directly automated. Salesforce provides two automated mechanism of creating automatic cases. How? One case is called email to case. It is a service. What it does is that if you set up a mail through this ticket, we'll not go into configuring this and so on. It's just for information. These are multiple channels. So manual channel we already saw. Now it is automatic channel we are seeing. So what it does is that there are two ways of configuring email to case. One is the email to case. Another is called on-demand email to case. On-demand means let Salesforce handle incoming emails for you. That means that is coming directly to the Salesforce server, right? So the email to case on demand service converts customer emails into case and adds them to existing cases. Correct. So what will happens is automatically a case will be created using the email subject line, and that actual email will be added as a file to the case, right? So that you can refer that later. So an email to case is configuring
Sir,
your mail
sir,
server
sir,
so that it
sir, one doubt is that, sir, these cases is
Hmm.
kind of tickets or what, sir? So
Yeah,
if a
it's
person is
the same thing. I told that.
okay. Okay, sir.
Case and tickets are the same. Whenever you call a customer service or Hutch or Airtone, they will give you a ticket number, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
That
if
is
a person
exactly the same.
emails
This is the same.
okay. Yes, I got it, sir.
Sorry.
Got it, sir. Got it, sir. I got
So
it.
this will come to you on a SMS or something that this is your case number. Later, if you call, they will check that case, and they will see. That's it. Case and ticket are the same thing. So there is no. Some people call this as a ticket. Some people call case. That's the only
Okay, sir.
difference. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So you can directly set up an email. You can create an email on Salesforce email ID. That means it will be a big name. If you enable this, you will see this happening. And if you create a mail to that, so it is a little difficult. Enable email to case. Here enable email to case. So here you can save that. Do I have a bounce mail message? Do I have a discard message? Okay. And if you save this, you will see there is a So you have to add a routing address here, email to case. You see, you can choose a Outlook routing message or anything like that. So the actual email address which you can put it here, typically it will be support at the rate something of that sort, right? So when you configure this all, what will happen is that when you send and somebody sends a mail on that email ID, the support at the rate yourorganization.com, immediately that will become a case. Now, who will become the owner of that case, right? Good question. We'll answer this later. See, let's see another channel. Another channel is services web to case. So email to case and web to case are two automated ways of creating cases in Salesforce. So no manual entry, right? Nobody is creating a case manually. Automatically system is creating the case and there is no integration involved. So what this does is that there is a web to case generator. If I enable web to case, I have enabled web to case. I have a web to case generator wherein I say that these are the bare minimum information a customer has to fill up, and this is my website address, maybe bongbong.in. Yeah, I can have a captcha. I think captcha everybody knows nowadays. If you go to any site, it will ask for your number from an image, that is captcha, just to make sure that there is no bot saving the file, saving the form. So this gives you a HTML, which is a form basically. And if you give this form to the website developer, he will paste it there, and there will be a form. Yeah, and that form, if somebody fills up, automatically that will create a case in here. In any website, if you go, contact us is a normal form, right? In that you can fill up your name, address, and
Sir, your voice is not coming clearly, sir. Sir, your
Can you
voice
hear
is
me?
not audible,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, could you please repeat whatever you have said in last few seconds, sir? It was not coming clearly.
Web to
Didn't come.
case. Both are ways of creating case.
Sir, again it's happening. Your voice is getting stuck, sir.
Okay, give me 1 second. Unfortunately, my primary internet connection is down. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So web to case and email to case basically are automatic ways in which a case is getting created into Salesforce. But then how will the system know whom to assign that case, right? Who is the owner? For assignment, there are different automations that needs to be done only for the web to case and the email to case scenario. Because manually, when you're creating a case, the creator of the case also becomes the owner, right? We already know that. So for automated way of creating cases, you need to set up some automations. Before that, you need to set up this one. In support setting, you have a default case owner. This can be a queue, this can be a person. So you can choose either of. That is the default case owner when there is no. So if you have not created the automation, this person will get assigned. to the web to case or email to cases, right? Please remember, a default case owner cannot be deactivated. You cannot deactivate this user. This is a certification question. Okay. So what are the different ways in which I can assign it to diverse kind of people? So for that, you have an assignment tool, case assignment tool. Whatever you are seeing in case, you can do that or with lead object also. Yeah. So lead also have a lead assignment tools. It's quite similar. Case and lead objects basically are same. Lead is basically for salespeople. Case is for service people. So there is a normal standard lead process where you can assign different people based on different geographies. You see, there are different, what you have taken some decisions, like if my case account belongs to USA, then probably I will assign it to some person. If your case person account is basically gold or platinum, I can assign it to some different person. So you can basically put some fields of case or account or contact and decide whom to assign that. So you can distribute your cases, automatic cases based on regions, based on a category of users, category of customers, like gold, platinum, silver, and so on. Anything. Your criteria, you can do one after another. It gets evaluated one after another for every case. So it will check, okay, is this true? No. Move on to the second evaluation. Is this true? No. Move on to the third evaluation. This is true? Okay, assign it to this person. And the rest will not be evaluated because I have already found my person to assign. When none of these matches for that case, it will go and get assigned to the default case owner. Clear? That's how case assignment rule works. Play with it, create new steps. If you want to create new steps, this is the way. You can say this is my sixth step. I will say if the case is case priority is high, then probably I will assign it to my CEO directly, something of that sort, right? So this is how you can create a new step. Okay, so this is case assignment rule. Similarly, there is a auto response rule. Auto response rule is basically, here you see auto, it will tell you the details. So automatically determine which email template to use when sending auto response messages for new cases, right? When a case is raised, you want your customers to understand that there is a case raised and this is the case number, right? Because you have seen many times when you respond to an email comes back that there is a case which has been raised for you. Then you understand that somebody is taking care of your query. Or in the web form, when you submit your form, contact us, you get an email automatically which informs that we have received your query and this is the case number, right? So that is how auto response rule is basically sent to people. So you should also create an auto response rule for these kind of situations so that people know that which case was raised for their query, right? And it works exactly the same way in which the assignment rule works. The same logic, you will see step-by-step process. You can set the criteria and the order, and you can set which email address, specify the name address to include auto response. This mail will go out from which person, and then basically you can give a email template wherein you can say this is the email template body, which is mandatory, right? You will say this kind of email I will set you. Thanks for raising your query with us. We'll get back to you shortly. Your case number is this. That's how an email template you will define, and that email will go out to for that people, right? Case also has another automation which is very critical. Another automation which is called, after a case, usually a buyer organization and seller organization will have a contract. And they will say, if I raise a problem, you have to solve it between 24 hours, right? Otherwise, I will suffer a business loss. So usually, when any agreement or any product selling happen, there is a contract also involved, high volume. Many times it is involved, not for small price items, but for large price items, you will definitely have SLAs defined. SLAs is service level agreement. That means what is the time frame in which I have to resolve problems. And if that is not resolved in that time frame, then a buyer organization can take the seller organization to court and get compensation. So in order, because Salesforce is used by the seller organization, right? Seller organization will not like to breach the SLA. They will not like the SLA to be surpassed, right? In order to make sure that the SLAs are not breached and they are not getting dragged into court, they will have milestones which they will set up for themselves internally so that the case is resolved before the SLA time is set up, right? So think about it. If I have SLA with my selling organization, buyer organization, that I have to resolve your high priority tickets in 8 hours. Okay. So now what I will do internally is that after 2 hours, a case is raised. If that case is not resolved, I will assign this to the boss of the person who was taking care of the case. If that case is still not resolved, I will assign that automatically to their boss, and so on, so that I give immediate visibility to the higher department that there is a problem going on and this needs to be resolved now. Otherwise, I will breach the SLA. I will not meet the SLA, and the buyer organization will take me to the court. So for that, we have a escalation rule. Again, this works exactly the same way, just like assignment rule. Only that here there are some different parameters. Here you will see, apart from the criteria, you also set the time. After 2 hours and 20 minutes, I will assign to somebody else. If it is not closed by that time, it will keep on assigning to somebody else. So this is very important to understand, that escalation rules also have a time parameter apart from the things. This after six hours, I will assign to another person. Yeah, there is a criteria, but criteria also has a time assigned to it. Okay, so these are the 3 automations on case object, which is very critical to take care of the case management. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Cool. It's time for your assignment. This is batch 21, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As a prize money of 1,000 rupees. Okay. First person who will do that. Rito is not eligible for this award because Rito has already got 1 award. So this is for you to finish and let me know as quickly as possible so that I can check your assignment and I can award you. Yeah, take it seriously. It's a good chance to earn some money. So read this which I have sent on your WhatsApp, and I will stop recording the session. And let me know